Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins, your host of the Marvel DC Universe Fan Club. We're now episode 265, and I'll be discussing one topic, which is Marvel's Black Panther sequel, shoot to begin in July. Exclusive. So, Marvel Studios' plans for a sequel to Black Panther are starting to come into focus. The sequel was sidelined after the sudden and unexpected death of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman. And a planned March 2021 production start was waylaid as filmmaker Ryan Coogler and Marvel tried to navigate grief and the need to move forward. It was the nadir of a year that saw no Marvel movies released for the first time since 2009. So, however, even as the continuing novel coronavirus appends theatrical distribution and plays havoc with its Phase 4 rollout, Marvel is about to enter 2021 the busiest it has ever been, as it juggles not only multiple movies but a major push into TV. So multiple sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that they have told the Hollywood Reporter that Marvel is now readying Black Panther 2 for a shoot that will start in Atlanta in July and last for upwards of 6 months. Mexican actor Tenoch Huerta, however you pronounce it, was one of the stars of Netflix's Narcos Mexico, is in talks to play one of the antagonists. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter, of course, so Letitia Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, and Angela Bassett are expected to return for the new feature, with some saying Wright's character Shuri may take on a more prominent role. So Marvel, which had no comment on this story, has not revealed its plans on how it plans to proceed without Boseman, although it has indicated that it will not use CGI to include the late star in the film. So while Black Panther 2 is receiving special attention, it is the many Disney Plus series that are under heavy scrutiny from Kevin Feige and his executives. So, one source with knowledge of the company's strategy told, I guess, the Hollywood Reporter, I guess he or she said, and they quote, or he or she said, and I quote, the series are the priority, end quote. And another quote saying that ramping them up takes a lot of focus. The movie machinery is well established, end quote. So in March, the Feige-run studio begins the Feige-run studio begins production on both She-Hulk, starring Tatiana Maslany, and Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight. All will debut on Disney Plus, as Marvel's parent leans on the studio to deliver. In the words of Disney CEO Bob Chapek, he said, and I quote, world-class franchise-based content to its 73 million global subscribers. The shows are launching hopeful franchises that are to tie to the movie side of Marvel and with merchandising, comics, and more across the Disney brand. So, end quote. So WandaVision, starring Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, debuts on Disney Plus on January 15th. And the studio is working to complete the first seasons of Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, both of which were particularly shot before COVID-19 shuttered production, of course. So, yeah. Thanks to COVID-19, it messed everything up. But the studio also recently began the Atlanta shoot of Miss Marvel, starring newcomer Iman Vellani. On the film side, the next chapter is being carefully planned for a cinematic universe that has spanned 23 movies and grossed $22.55 billion globally. Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness are already filming with experienced Marvel hands, John Watts and Sam Raimi, respectively. In July, Taika Waititi's sequel Thor: Love and Thunder is starting its Australian shoot with a sprawling cast assembling for what one insider is likened to an Avenger 5 feel, thanks to its ensemble. So the studio will have Peyton Reed back for a new Ant-Man movie in 2021, and is ending the year with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 shooting with a returning James Gunn. So with four movies and 2 or 3 series going, Marvel will be acting akin to a full-fledged studio and not an arm of a large company. So that does not include the development of new Marvel movie franchises or sequels. Marvel is also meeting with writers on its Blade reboot, which has Mahershala Ali attached, and this week hired Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux Loughlin of Bob's Burgers frame to pen Deadpool 3. And if the pandemic does become contained thanks to vaccines, Marvel will release 3 films due out in 2021. Black Widow, May 7th, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, July 9th, and Eternals, November 11th, with 4 more theatrical titles slated for 2022. So several observers believe that an unexpected break could prove to be a boon for the company, of course. So not boom. So let's see. Sean Robbins, chief analyst at Box Office Pro, said, and I quote, "You now have this extra hunger after people have been used to seeing at least a couple of Marvel stories every year." End quote. So, adding of the franchise's return, he also said, and I quote, "It will be something that signals, okay, moviegoers are coming back, now. So let's reboot this industry properly." End quote. So that concludes this topic. Feel free to visit us, like us on Facebook. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music app, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.